Hello, my name is Natalia Porsche, and I am an immigration attorney here in the United States. And in this video, I will discuss the issue of the cancellation of removal for legal permanent residents. Okay, so as I talk about in the last video about the cancellation of removal for non-LPRs, for non-legal permanent residents, and requirements which requirements do we have to meet in order to apply for that remedy. So in this video, I will talk about cancellation of removal for a legal permanent residence. So let's say we have a hypothetical when a person came here into the United States, and first, let's say this person came on a tourist visa, and then that person got married and received a green card. And now, let's say this person is charged with a crime, right? So what can happen now? Because we know that under immigration laws of the United States, this person is inadmissible, right? Why? Because this person has been charged with a criminal act, right? So this person is in danger of losing a green card, losing of a legal permanent residency. So what can happen here? Well, what can happen is this person can apply for a remedy called a cancellation of removal. To remind you that cancellation of removal is the defense to deportation, and it's only available when the person ends up in deportation proceeding, right? So it's not available when the person is not in deportation proceeding. So here in our hypothetical, we have a LPR, legal permanent resident, who has a green card, obviously, and now this person, let's say, allegedly commits some kind of crime, and now DHS decided to issue a notice to appear, charging this defendant with removability, right, inadmissibility. So what can happen here? Well, this person can apply for a cancellation of removal. What are the requirements in order to qualify for cancellation of removal? Well, cancellation of removal for LPRs is a little different from cancellation of removal for non-LPRs. First of all, the burden, right? The burden is on the government, unlike in cases where a person is undocumented and ends up in deportation and applying for cancellation of removal for non-LPRs, right? Because this person is undocumented. So in our hypothetical, this person is legal here, right? Documented. So this person applies for let's say to stay here in the United States, and this person seeks to not be deported. So the burden is on the government. The burden is on the government to prove that this person does not qualify for a remedy for cancellation of removal, and this person shall be deported. Now, this is one good thing about it. Second of all, of course, the United States government must show that it's not in the best interest of the United States that this person will remain in the United States. Okay, so what are the requirements? Requirements are very important requirements. Okay, first of all, this person must be here in the United States for 5 years. 5 years continue residency in the United States. So what serves as a cutoff date, what stops the clock running this 7 years, right? So what stops the clock? We have a recent case from the United States Supreme Court, which says that the NTA, notice to appear, stops the clock if that NTA is proper NTA, if it does have a proper date and time for that person to appear in immigration deportation proceeding in front of an immigration judge. Let's say what happens if that NTA doesn't have a day or a time for this person to appear. Well, that means this is defective NTA, and this clock for that 7 years, right? 5 years. 7 years, it's not 7 years, 5 years, like I said. That clock doesn't stop ticking. So it's good for the respondent who is getting removed. Good for the respondent. So let's say what will disqualify the person from applying for cancellation of removal or become eligible for cancellation of removal for LPRs? Well, of course, it's the offense of aggravated felony, right? The offense of aggravated felony will disqualify, and the government, the court, the immigration judge will look at the date of the offense itself, not at the date of a plea or a date of a sentencing, a date of when this alleged crime or crime the person already pled guilty has occurred. So that will cut off that running time, right? That 5 years running time will stop the clock. That aggravated felony offense will stop the clock. So it's very important to have an experienced attorney to apply for a cancellation of removal, because also we'll have to establish hardship, right? Hardship to you and your family. So requirements for LPRs, they're much better requirement for the respondent, the requirement for non-LPRs, because the hardship is much more difficult to establish rather than for LPR. Like I said, LPR, the government must establish under a specific burden that the person is removable, inadmissible. And the government bears the burden. That means that the government must build its case. The government must build its case, not the respondent, but the government. But as well, you have to keep in mind that if the government present a good case, if the government present good evidence, right? So you can also poke holes in those evidence and show that those evidence not a good evidence that you can establish, can shift the burden back. So after the government presents its case, it has its exhibits, right? It has its evidence, and then the burden shifts to you, to the respondent, and then you can shift the burden back to government if you can disprove the government's evidence. Basically, that's what it is, disprove the government's case in chief. I hope this video was helpful. As far as the hardship, I probably will make another video because I don't want to make long videos. YouTube doesn't like long videos. It takes forever to upload those. If you like this video, put thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I will make another video about hardship, because hardship is a separate topic. I think that I would like to spend more time on that. It's very, very detailed as far as the roadmap for each specific case. Like I said, you have to build, in my previous video, I was talking about hardship a lot. You have to build the case specifically around your own circumstances, right? So it's not only medical hardship that could help you, but also there's different kind of hardship you have to show, right, to the immigration judge who will be rendering opinion in your case, that look, this is what's going to happen to me and my family if I'm removed to this country. Let's say if you are from Vietnam and you've been here for 25 years, and again, remember guys, it's an aggravated felony that stops the clock. So if, let's say you committed, not allegedly committed, because let's say it was already a plea deal, or the judge sentenced you, right? If you committed aggravated felony, then like as a murder in a lot of states, then likely you will not be eligible for this remedy, for cancellation of removal. Thank you for watching this video. I hope this was helpful video to some of you. If you like this video, put thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Goodbye.